Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Senior Moment Show. My name is Bryce Patton, here with the fabulous Sid Roeder. You're over there dancing in the corner. You're excited.
I love it how you change that up. Sometimes I'm wonderful and sometimes I'm fabulous. I love it. I'm doing great. How about you, Bryce?
I'm doing wonderful. Yeah,
Well,
it's really good. I love the fall. I love it. So
It's too short.
that is very true. Very, very true. I agree. Well, I just saw you over there dancing. I'm not sure what you're so excited about. I don't know if it's because
It's our guest.
we have Tracy back on again. She is part of our Empowering Seniors Group. And so would you mind telling us about the Empowering Seniors Group, our sponsor?
Absolutely. Always delighted because the Empowering Seniors Group is a group of professionals that has dedicated their time and effort, just like Tracy has today, to provide information to seniors, their family members, caretakers, and all those great people that listen to us every Saturday morning. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniors.cv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley, even though we're reaching into Franklin County and Box Elder County too. And lastly, if you have any suggestions for this show, if you'd like to see us invite an individual, you can reach me personally at 435-512-6406.
You're fantastic for doing that, so I don't have to talk about our sponsor. You do such a good job. Well, Tracy, welcome back. Tracy Ferris with Blue Water Health Insurance.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Yes. You're smiling. That means open enrollment is going well. So glad to
Are you
hear.
tired?
Yes.
Are you tired?
Always tired.
No, it's excellent. Well, so we are in the heart of open enrollment right now. And you were talking about to us before about some of the big changes that are going on. Do you want to kind of start telling us a little bit about what the changes, what's going on, how it's changed from last year?
Yeah. So anyone who has had marketplace coverage, and what I mean by that is the federal government pays a portion of their monthly premium for their health insurance. So anyone that has had that, prior to COVID, the limit that a person could earn was 400% of federal poverty level. And of course, that number changes depending on your family size. So I can't just throw out one number here. But 400% of federal poverty level, if they earned above that, they didn't qualify for any kind of help. During COVID, under the American Rescue Act, Congress decided to increase that number to 700% of federal poverty level. So people who were paying full price for their health insurance were now getting a significant decrease in their premium, which was helpful in stimulating, dollars into the economy. That it was initially signed in as 2 years, and then it was extended to 3 years. So total was 5 years that this bill was going to be in place. Well, that is due to end at the end of this year. And in the big, beautiful bill that Trump put out, it is not going to extend it into next year. So what we're seeing is people who have qualified at 700% of federal poverty level, from 4 to 700, are no longer going to qualify. They're going to be back to at or below 400% of federal poverty level.
Wow, that's going to bring some drastic changes for some people.
Yeah, those are big changes. So, we're going to see a whole variety of decisions that people are going to make, because obviously the premiums that were there in 2020 have gone up, because now we're 5 years into this, right? So it's not that we're paying 2020 prices, we're paying 2025 prices, and full price will look a lot different for sure. So, we can naturally assume that, some of the healthier people are probably going to choose to go without, which is always a little bit scary because, the older we get, we just don't know. And if their income is high enough, they're not going to be able to plead poverty with the doctors and hospitals to get their bills written off. So now, they could be faced with a really high medical expense that, they're paying for the rest of their life, or they're filing bankruptcy for. So I am anticipating that there's probably going to be some market destabilization because of that, meaning, healthier people are going to jump off and the sick people are going to stay because they have to. But those healthy people are still going to have situations where they have to go in.
So you're saying a lot of people will be affected. Do you have any idea about how many people will be affected and kind of what the ramifications will be for having those people that don't get insurance? Yeah.
So in kind of reading the, articles and looking at the numbers, it looks like they're estimating initially about 16 million people are going to go without health insurance next year. Now, obviously, there's some big problems with that, right? Because those 16 million people aren't all of a sudden going to just not need any kind of care, right? So, we've got the family who goes out and skis and their son gets in a horrible skiing accident. Well, he's life-flighted. He's in ICU for, a month in a coma. And I mean, you're like, oh, that would never happen to me. Well, I can give you lots of stories where it does happen, and it happens every day, sadly. So obviously you're going in, you don't have health insurance. Well, what happens? Well, if the bills are so high that you can't ever get out of it, you're going to file bankruptcy. Medical bankruptcy is the number one reason that people file bankruptcy every year. So that changes your life forever, right? But the other side effect to that is the doctors that don't get paid, the hospitals that don't get paid. None of these institutions get paid. And I don't know about you, but I can't go for very long and run a business if I'm not getting paid. So the long-term effect of this, if it stays how it is, there are early projections that doctors and hospitals will be closing their doors as a result of this scenario that we just talked about.
That's not a fun prognosis for the end of this segment, but we have one more coming. And so I do want to mention our sponsor, which Tracy is a member of, which is the Empowering Seniors Group. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info or email us at empoweringseniorscv@gmail.com. And the CV stands for Cache Valley. This is the Senior Moments Show. We'll take a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Tyler. Recently, my father passed away, and White Pine provided the funeral services for our family. They were friendly, thoughtful, and attentive to every detail. It isn't often that a loved one passes away, so it was very important to my family that everything be handled just right. Because my dad was loved by so many people, we had a lot of family and friends that traveled from out of town. I really appreciate how White Pine Funeral Services made sure everyone was comfortable and that the focus was where it needed to be, on my dad and my family. They really took care of us during this tender time.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
Need a helping hand? The Bear River Association of Governments, also known as BRAG, is here for you.
They assist seniors with in-home services, provide utility bill relief through the HEAT program, and offer rental assistance to keep you housed.
Need help with tax prep? Their experts ensure you get the refund you deserve. And for veterans, they're here to connect you with the benefits you've earned.
BRAG is your local resource for a stronger today and a more secure future. Call today or visit brag.utah.gov.
Did you know 1 in 3 people will visit a nursing home? Did you know that once there, they will stay there for an average of 3 years? Did you also know there are insurance options that can help cover this experience? Hi, I'm Tracy Ferris with Blue Water Health Insurance. It's not cheap to stay in a full-fledged nursing home. Long-term care insurance can help you or a loved one get the care they need and deserve. If you wait until you need it, you may be too late. Give me a call at 435-890-8155.
Picture this. Your family's locked in court, fighting over your home and your assets because there was no plan. Don't let probate decide your future. I'm attorney Justin Wall with Wall Estate Solutions. Stay in control with wills, trusts, and smart planning that keeps your family out of court and your wishes protected. Get peace of mind today. Visit wallestate.law or call 435-294-0346. That's 435-294-0346. Your legacy, your plan.
This is Scott with Cache Valley Pharmacy. Are you struggling to find affordable GLP-1 medications? Cache Valley Pharmacy has you covered. We're now compounding GLP-1s like semaglutide and tirzepatide personally formulated for you, and every batch is tested for quality and sterility. Have your prescriptions transferred today and let Cache Valley Pharmacy help you with your personalized weight loss journey. Cache Valley Pharmacy, keeping it local, online at cachevalleypharmacy.com.
And welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. My name is Bryce Patton here with Sid Roeder, and we've been talking with Tracy Ferris from Blue Water Health Insurance. She basically told us all about the doom and gloom of the things that are coming up this fall for open enrollment. However, there are some silver linings we want to get into, but if somebody has questions or wants to get signed up for insurance and figure that process out, Tracy, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, so my phone number is 435-294-2161.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing that. Now, you were telling us that there are some silver linings in all this change and different things that are going on, which is a positive thing. So do you want to kind of tell us some of the good things that are coming this year that you've seen?
It is a positive thing. So I'm really excited about some of the changes that are happening. This year, if a person was direct with a company, meaning they didn't go through the marketplace, they just signed up directly with that company, if they had a bronze plan, it didn't matter what the coverage was, they qualified for a health savings account. I'm a huge fan of a health savings account. So the way that those work is you can dump money into that account, and it's just a bank account in your name, but it's, a tax free bank account. So you put money in, it grows every year if you don't use it, or if you need to pull it out, it is still a tax-free dollar amount, assuming that you're using it for things like medical, dental, vision, anything medically related. As long as you're pulling that money out to use it for those things, it remains a tax-free benefit. So the way the HSAs have been structured in the past is high deductible and no first dollar coverage. Well, some of the bronze plans in the market have a zero deductible to them. Well, that's great. So immediately you go into a copay, right? You go see your primary care doctor and it's a $40, $45 copay. Those now qualify to be an HSA, to have an HSA with them. So that is a huge benefit because really what we've seen every year is everything goes up, right? Deductibles go up, max out of pocket goes up, everything goes up. So the fact that if you have a bronze plan or a catastrophic plan, those are both going to qualify, you can now have an HSA paired with it if you choose to.
That sounds great. Yeah. What are some of the other options that may be something that are catastrophic plans coming back at all? What are there any other things people can do?
Yeah, there are going to be some things in the market. Catastrophic plans are coming back. Not every company is going to offer that. Obviously, they get to choose how they want to. There's some transition plans that have been like a 90-day limit on them, which is now going to be up to 3 years. So this is a really good conversation for a person who is maybe a couple of years away from Medicare and pretty healthy. A transition plan would be a great option for them. There are some limitations on catastrophic plans and transition plans. So again, I would just like to encourage you to use an agent like myself because, it's important that you're not just signing up for something that you don't understand. And let me give you a story about that. I recently met with a couple who has what's called an indemnity plan. The way that an indemnity plan works is if you go into the hospital, it will just pay you a certain dollar amount per day. So let's just, for round numbers, say $500. Well, if the bills for that day was $5,000, the indemnity plan only paid $500 of that, and they're on the hook for the $4,500. So they came to me saying, we didn't fully understand this plan. Obviously, this doesn't really work for our situation. We have some health concerns. We're getting older. Like, we need to make a change. So I think one of the biggest concerns that I have with new plans and, changes that are coming out is people signing up for things that they don't understand what they're signing up for, which is, again, a really important reason to reach out to a person like me to say, help me to navigate this, because here's what my needs are, and I need a plan that's going to, do what I need it to do.
I have a question about that. Like, so someone can call you, and then how long does it usually take to go through all that?
Like in an appointment?
Yeah, one of your appointments. If I were to call and say, hey, I've got all these things going on, this is kind of what's happening, and what stuff do I bring to that appointment so you can get a full picture?
Yeah, that's a great question. And if I'm meeting with you for the first time, I would give an hour for that appointment just to look at medications, to look at, anything that you are concerned about as the person, looking for that health insurance plan. There's a lot that we would need to just kind of deep dive into to make sure we're doing the right thing. So I'd give it an hour. It would be longer, but it's open enrollment, so we're structured, pretty tight, but an hour probably. So
besides medications and things, what other aspects do you look at when you're meeting with a family?
We would want to know, every plan almost out there is the HMO, meaning you have a network that you have to adhere to. People kind of diss on that, but that's how the hospitals and doctors are managing costs. That's how insurance companies are managing costs. So we would want to look at that. Like, what hospitals do you want to use? What doctors do you want to use? Like, these are all important questions.
Thank you, Tracy. We're already coming up here on our second break. We will be sure when we come back to have Tracy give us her contact information, also on her location. This is the Senior Moment Show. We're going to take a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Bruce with Comfort Care. One of the ways we help loved ones stay in their home is by assisting with daily tasks. These may include bathing, meal preparation, medication reminders, and housekeeping. We even help with shopping, transportation, and errands. Most of all, we offer a trusted level of care. Let us help you live your best life possible with Comfort Care. This is Bruce, and you can call me at 754-7676. Comfort Care, 754-7676.
Did you know 10,000 baby boomers qualify for Medicare every day? Did you know that you'll start to get swamped with mail about Medicare 6 months before your 65th birthday? Did you also know it doesn't cost anything to use an insurance agent to help you navigate through all those offers? Hi, I'm Tracy Ferris with Blue Water Health Insurance. Let me help you understand all the offers you're receiving and find the plan that fits best for your situation. Call me today at 435-890-8155.
It's tough knowing how to care for an aging parent. Mom has always been there for me, but now I need to be there for her. When we found out she needed surgery, I wondered how I could attend to her needs and still be mom to my kids. I was so relieved to learn about transitional rehab at Maple Springs in North Logan. From the nurses to the physical therapists, it was like their whole staff was focused on helping Mom get better. Maple Springs in North Logan was an answer to my prayers.
Learn more at maplespringsnorthlogan.com or call 753-9400.
Getting around your home should be easy and safe. At RT Med Mobile, They provide wheelchairs, stair lifts, ramps, and electric lift chairs to help seniors maintain independence and comfort. Their friendly team offers free in-home consultations to find the perfect solution for you or your loved one. Locally owned and here to help, call 435-260-6171 today. RT Med Mobile, because your mobility matters.
You have a lot of options when it comes to buying or selling a home. Do you list it online, sell it yourself, or do you have a realtor help? It's a major financial and emotional decision. A realtor is the liaison between buyers and sellers and really helps you navigate complex contracts, deadlines, and disclosures.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty. I work for you to get the best outcome for your situation. Let me earn your trust with a free consultation and a free market analysis. Call me today at 512-6406. Then list it, sell it, and move on.
Are you tired of feeling unwell and not knowing why? At Next Level Health and Wellness, we hear you. We specialize in uncovering the root causes of your discomfort, whether it's gut health, hormone imbalances, or emotional and mental blocks. With personalized plans, advanced lab testing, and evidence-based holistic nutrition practices, we guide you toward lasting health and wholeness. Awaken your healing potential with a team that listens, understands, and supports you wherever you are. Visit nextlevelhw.com to start your journey to feeling better today.
And welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. My name is Bryce Patton here with Sid Roeder, and we've been talking with all things insurance with Tracy Ferris from Blue Water Health Insurance. Tracy, you've given us a ton of information about all the different changes, good and bad, that's happening this year, going on right now. And if someone is wanting some help when navigating this, and wants to give you a call or come by the office, where can they do that at?
Yeah, so my phone number is 435-294-2161, and my address to my office is 74 West, 100 North in downtown Logan.
Oh, that's fantastic. So I'm curious because I've been on the marketplace, and in the past, if I'd find a plan that I liked, I just stuck with it year after year after year and didn't really have to worry about it. Is that how things are going now? Can you just, once you're in and not have to worry about it? Or is it something you need to actively be doing every year with the changes?
Yeah, that's a great question. And going forward, as you can imagine, there's been a lot of fraud within this system of bad players. So the federal government is no longer going to allow passive enrollments. And what I mean by that is you just do nothing. You like the plan, you want to stay on it, you've seen the changes, you're just going to let it roll over to the next year. You have to physically go in and click through the screens, all of those things to say, I am a real person. And the reason they're doing that is that there's been a lot of ghost applications, so insurance on people that don't even exist, and it's just rolled from one year to the next. Well, in order to try to cut down on that, the federal government is saying everybody has to go in. And that's what we do as agents. Like, we go in, we renew you, we make sure you're on the right plan. We talk about the changes, if it's still a plan that you've had, but, is changing a little bit, because they all change a little bit every year. So it's a good time for us to have a conversation with you just to say, hey, here's the few changes that are happening with your plan. We still think it's good, or we think you should change, that kind of thing. But passive enrollments no longer will be a thing.
That might be pretty scary for people that have banked on that in the past and didn't have a dedicated agent like you to look out for their best interest and contact them. Do you know, how does that go with the notifications? Do they get 1 email, 2 email, 3 emails, or how else are they notified that they need to do something?
So as soon as open enrollment starts, which is, November 1st, yes, they have been getting notifications like crazy from the federal government, depending on how they've chose to receive that: text, email, phone calls, whatever. You'd have to be hiding in the hills to not know that that open enrollment was existing right now.
Oh, okay.
That sounds really good. Sounds fun to me to be out in the hills right now.
Yes.
With all the changes as well, so we've talked last month about Medicare, and this month we're talking about this with our health insurance and the marketplace. What about Medicaid? Those that are on Medicaid, are there big changes for anyone that is on Medicaid this year?
There are some big changes coming down the pipeline. Specifically, there's going to be some pretty significant cuts to Medicare across the country. People who have qualified may no longer qualify, and Medicaid, they do a reevaluation every year to make sure that you're still eligible for Medicaid, with the caveat that if something changes in your circumstances, like you get a different job, your income goes up, you are required to report that immediately to Medicaid. But if nothing changes in your circumstances, the reevaluations have been happening yearly. That is now going to go to 6 months. So what that means is mid-year, your family could be changing or be looking for health insurance. But that is a qualifying event. So let's say open enrollment's over, but you lose Medicaid coverage in February. That's a qualifying event to move you, your family, whoever doesn't qualify for Medicaid anymore, to a plan through the marketplace. So don't stress about that, but you will be getting a notification saying, this, you no longer qualify, or your family members or whoever. It will specifically list who is not qualifying anymore. And then that's when you just keep that letter. It's super important. But then that's when you call me and we find whoever in your family needs a plan. We find them a good plan.
Really quick, Tracy, before we come to the end of our show, I've always wondered, how does that check look like? Do you know that? Is that just a form they have to fill out about their situation? Somebody come by and check if they're physically able, or how does that look?
Yeah, it's usually a form that they have to submit back in that just says, nothing's changed, or here's where I work, that kind of thing. The thing that's interesting is Medicaid already struggles at 1 year. 6 months is going to be interesting, but nobody comes to their house.
Yeah, perfect. We just have enough time again for your contact information.
Thank you. It's 435-294-2161.
And the location?
74 West, 100 North in Logan.
Thank you for coming in, Tracy, and educating us here about all things concerning health insurance. This is the Senior Moment Show. We're at the end of our show. We hope you tune in again next week.